Get ready for the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, it's time for the Voodoo Chef Podcast, where we will discuss all things voodoo from the Voodoo Studios located right here in beautiful Tampa, Florida. So to all my booties out there, if you're looking for nothing but a good time, this is the place to be. Call your friends, knock on the neighbor's door, and let them know it's time to party like a rock star for the next hour. Join me and my guests and learn to voodoo like we do as we discuss our faves and the voodoo that we use. I'll put our guests on the spot as we ask for their top 3, and make sure and listen as we discuss some of our favorite war stories from the kitchens we've worked in. Sit back, grab a tall glass of your favorite libation, and enjoy this episode of the Voodoo Chef Podcast.
What's going on, Voodies? Welcome back to the, whatever we're calling this thing. We're definitely calling it the Voodoo Chef Podcast. I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling this whole Zoom thing, whatever this is, this meeting space, this, however we're doing this. What are you feeling, Eddie C?
You know what, man? I think I'm going to quote the old Soundgarden song where he says, "I'm looking California and feeling Minnesota." And
What's that mean?
It means you look great and you feel like shit, I guess. I don't know.
Hey,
Minnesota.
Didn't we see those guys?
No, I think you may have went to that show. I didn't see him.
Who's the singer of that band?
Chris Cornell.
Is he living?
Nope. I believe one of the last shows they played was in Tampa. About 3 weeks later was when he took his own life.
Yeah, I was at that show. I swear to God, I think you were with me.
No, I did not go to that one. I would have remembered because I saw them years ago at Lollapalooza in '97 in West Palm Beach. A whole bunch of us went down there, and I wasn't terribly impressed with them. And it was no surprise that in a few months after that was when they disbanded or went on hiatus because they didn't really look like they wanted to be there. And there were other bands that day that were just killing it. I think they came on after the Ramones, so that was a hard act to follow.
Oh, dude, you saw the Ramones?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you.
Yep, saw them a couple times. But
dude,
there was too many.
Podcast over, man. See you later.
That was the hard rock year of Lollapalooza. There was there was a few bands that were better than Soundgarden that year. Rage Against the Machine was better. Obviously, Rancid was better. They were fun.
I don't even know those guys.
Punk. It was fun punk kind of stuff. The second tent or whatever it is, the jabroni tent of like the side stage, Sponge was better than everybody except for probably Metallica. That was it.
Metallica was there?
They headlined that year, yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, I think Soundgarden was on right before them. They were the last ones. And I remember they just looked very lethargic. They weren't.
Who plays Lollapalooza now? Like some cut-rate club bands.
There is no Lollapalooza. They were doing it over, I think, a 3-day weekend in Chicago. Just one.
Like a festival.
Yeah, it's not a touring thing anymore. It's like Ozfest. It just kind of ran its course because that kind of shit wears you out, man. I look back at those more fondly than at the time I was there. Because I remember when I went to that one in West Palm, it was in the middle of July. Ozfest was like that too, but in Orlando the following year. And you're just sunburned, blown out. They fucked everybody over in West Palm because they turned off, at the fairgrounds, they turned off the water fountain. So you were forced to buy something to drink. And I blew something like $60 on either water or Gatorade. And
dude, that sounds like a Bucks game back at the old Tampa Stadium, the big sombrero.
That's exactly what it was, except the game only took 3 hours. This went on for like 12.
That's too funny, man.
Yeah, it was a mess. You know how bad it was? This was 97, okay? These things were not ubiquitous, so all we had was the flip phones. And my mother calls me in the afternoon at like 5 o'clock, and she says, "Are you okay?" Like, yeah, what do you got to say? Hurry up. It's just costing me like 75 cents a minute. She said, it's on the news that people are dropping like flies of heat exhaustion at this Lollapalooza thing, and nobody can get water because they turned off the free shitty fountains by the bathrooms. I said, no, I'm okay. I'm pissing away money, $5 a bottle of water and $6 for a Gatorade, but no, I'm alive. But
that's too funny.
It wasn't a good look, man. It was terrible.
Well, I don't apparently I don't remember who I saw them with, but I was at that show a couple weeks before he took his life, and I don't remember
a rock show or something like that. One of those.
All I remember is somebody said they normally play the good songs first because they know that's what you came to see, and they don't care if you stay or leave. And if I'm not mistaken, they opened with Spoon Man.
Yeah, they opened that when I saw them.
And then I left. And it was one of the best concerts ever. One of the best concerts ever. I went, I got a double jack, I sat down. Spoon Man, I deuced, man.
Nice. This must have been like when we saw Manson and Smashing Pumpkins. We got 3 songs into Pumpkins. It's like, oh, I'm ready. Bye.
Well, dude, what? I mean, I don't know. God bless him. He did what he wanted to do, but that's not my music, man.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But, to each their own. And that's kind of what we got going on today. It's all about music today on the podcast. We got the official DJ of Voodoo Chef, DJ Don Pablo, coming in. And we're going to bring him in right now. But, I got to be honest. Thank God DJ Don Pablo is a talented DJ and a professional, because, I just wanted music. And then all of a sudden I'm like, hey, Pablo, you going to come out? And Pablo actually took the time to research, kind of me. And he came out to the gig, and he, standard DJ shit, set up the table, do this and that. But then all of a sudden the motherfucker's like, only because I saw Pitch Perfect, I know the word mashup. He's fucking doing this mix of fucking 80s hair metal and shit. And I'm like, dude, that's fucking badass. And here he is right now. DJ Don Pablo, what's up, brother?
Nice. How you doing, Chef? It's great to see you guys.
You too, man. You're social distancing big time there. Where are you at? Are you in the Don Pablo lair?
Yeah, well, I'm in the shed behind my house.
Nice.
Dude, wherever you got to be, man. Is there atomic bomb coming? No, dude, that's a cool little space right there, man. I'm chilling in Voodoo Studios. Ed's in his office.
I see. Very nice.
So we started talking music, man, and, I got a lot of questions. We were talking music, and we got all wrapped up like Ed and I do. I didn't even do the speaking things I was supposed to do at the front. I didn't do any of the damn shit that people tell me I have to do on this stupid podcast. But that's okay, because we got the rock star in the house, and that's what's most important. I got a ton of questions for you, man, because I got to learn.
All right.
Got to learn. So you may have heard me like hyping you up, and, I'm okay being that guy. I don't know if you've ever seen, well, I'm sure you've seen Saturday Night Live, but one of my favorite skits is What's Up With That? I'm okay being the guy in the Puma suit doing nothing but the dubstep behind you, hyping you up, bro.
Oh my
I
God.
think you're that fucking badass.
Thank you so much, Chef.
I just want to real quick give the connection story of how we connected. I talked about you coming out and doing a show for us and just destroying it. But we met on Johnny B's show, and first time we ever met. And all of a sudden I'm in a hip hop challenge with you, and I think Johnny's throwing me softballs, man, because my answer to everything was I don't fucking know. And at the end, I think maybe I threw out one of the 2 names I know, and I said, like, I don't know, I don't even know his name now. Maybe the dude that's married to Beyonce or some shit. And somehow I got a question right. I don't know. But right then and there, we invited you out to come out and do a gimmick with us and support the kids like we do through the foundation. And dude, you stole the show. I mean, we had live bands out there. You come on, you steal the show. And I'm like, dude, we got to continue this. Let's make you the official DJ of everything we do. And you're like, I love your mission. I love your cause. Let's do it. And then next time we run into each other, I don't know if you remember, was at an Ian Beckles event. And you were supposed to go up on stage and start spinning music or whatever it's called. I'm just trying to be hip. And I break out a bottle of Jack, and you look at somebody and you go, hey, you tell them I'll be there in a little bit. And so we're starting sipping Jack, and we're hanging out. And, dude, you're just a solid cat. You do things for the right reason, and you support the mission. And because of that, I'm proud to be associated with you. So all the loving out of the way. Thank you for being here today, man.
Thanks, Chef. I appreciate you as well. I'm glad to be here.
So first thing I gotta all the disclaimers. I love live music. DJs, I never thought I would just be infatuated with someone like I am, who is a DJ. And I think it's because you are that consummate professional. Tell a little bit about the first time you came out and did a Voodoo event. Because like I look up and you're playing Poison and all this stuff, I'm normally moving around really not paying attention, but all of a sudden it hit me what you were doing, man. Talk about that a little bit.
The first event, the first one was in Ybor, wasn't it?
We were at James Joyce in Ybor.
Right, we were in James Joyce, and that was a pretty good event. We had a couple bands, and I was just vibing out. There was great food on the outside. And the vendors were all set up, and then we had inside was completely packed, and that was actually my first time at that particular establishment. And I like vibing with musicians, because everyone hears music differently. Like a musician and a DJ, anyone that works in music, you guys, we all hear music differently than your normal consumer or average consumer. At least that's what I feel. Just like a chef is going to notice tastes that I'm not going to taste, or I may not pick up on right away, or fragrances, same thing. So we just had a good vibe, and I didn't have a game plan in place, but once I heard, what the bands were doing, I'm like, oh, it's game on now. So that's really what happened. I mean, you and I we had a little Jack, we had some drinks, and we got to raise some money for a great cause, like we have several times. And it was just great to rock out, and just people from the band were giving me kudos, and it came around. I mean, it was great out there all around, and
you stole the show. and I'm gonna tell you, my daughter gets pissed when I talk about her and things she said. Another event we did an event, Voodoo Bash. We had like 5 live bands, live bands, and all awesome.
Yeah,
all awesome. We had a ska band. The band didn't show up, so the lead singer guitar player got up there with just his guitar, backed by only the horns, and did an amazing job. Ragged Old Souls was there, killed it. Third Degree was there playing 90s rock, and my daughter says, "Papa, you got to fire them all and only have Don Pablo," because when Don Pablo got on, the crowd was different.
Yeah.
Dude, you're a machine.
Thank you.
You're a machine.
That it hypes me up, man, because I'm definitely on my A game when I'm around other DJs and other musicians. You can't mess up then.
Because they know.
It throws wood in my fire, If you're around another bass player, you're gonna shred. It's just how it is.
Well, I'm gonna play an open A string because I grew up in the '80s. So one of my favorite memes, you mentioned a bass player. One of my favorite memes is, she told me she was dating a musician. Then I found out he's just a bass player.
Oh.
All right, Pablo, help me understand your craft here, because foreign to me. So, if we were talking about musicians, 80s hair metal, 90s rock, ska, I kind of get it.
Sure.
How do you, say, I want to be a DJ? I think that's easy because it's cool. It's cool. It draws attention. It's the center of stage, whatever. But how do you develop what type of DJ you want to be? Because a wedding DJ is different from a club DJ, is different from, whatever. Sure. Tell me about that a little bit.
Well, that's the beauty of it. Is that for me, it's constantly evolved. When I was younger, it was just learned because I learned at 13, but I've been loving music since I was a kid. I used to listen to my mother's 45s and 12 inches, as a child.
And so I've put the disclaimer out there. We're not allowed to ask your age.
Thanks. So
29.
So that's what's that?
29.
Yeah, that's it. Finally. But what happened there? I fell in love with DJing, and originally, I grew up in New York City, and so I was influenced by hip hop. That's what I first grew up on. But at the time, I loved Tears for Fears. I loved a lot of these older groups. I loved my mother's sound. So I knew music before my time because I would listen to my mother's records from the 70s and 80s. So I'm like, okay. And then I grew up in the hip hop era. So when I first started DJing, we had the bad habit of, when I first started, I'm a hip hop DJ. But back then, hip hop consisted of, if I said I was a hip hop DJ, I would play hip hop, R&B, reggae, and old school at parties and house music. So now I pigeonholed myself. Am I saying too much?
Pick me. Define all those genres to me. Give me examples of somebody in each of those genres. Because again, when we talk about this, I think there's so much crossover, it just gets confusing. So when you say hip hop, who are we talking about?
Well, when I say
back in the day.
All right, so I grew up on, when it first started, like Sugar Hill Gang, even though they were out by the time, Beastie Boys, Biz Markie, Big Daddy Kane, LL Cool J.
Okay.
So, but the beautiful thing, and this is what's great about hip hop, I noticed elements, samples from hip hop that I knew from older records. So essentially, hip hop is it's a hybrid, it's a gumbo, if you will, where they take excerpts from rock records. They might take a sample or a riff from an old R&B or a swing record. So that's the beauty of hip hop, is that it takes elements from all different genres and puts it into what we call hip hop. So now my style is considered more open format, because back then you play a record out and then you have another one, and then you have certain party sets, at certain times when to release records. It depends on the setting I'm in, but I like to now capture the crowd, figure out what's going to make them go. And then I just keep firing off. So in 4 hours, I might play 250 to 300 different songs.
It's insane.
Period. Just because I keep hitting them, and I might do a acapella over a completely different instrumental. You've seen me do mashups live. I just like to keep the crowd engaged. They think one thing's coming, something else comes, and you just keep firing off. So that's my style. I'm an open format turntable guy.
How much of reading the crowd is involved in what you do?
It's a significant portion, but I know what direction I want to go in. If I'm ever in doubt, I follow the female demographic. I know if I get them going, they're going to take the girls on the dance floor or whatever the occasion is. I know,
and then the guys are going to follow.
I mean, so that's ever if I'm in doubt, So it's really just finding a few records, and then you might take a few requests, like, I got an idea for this, and then you just bring it all together full circle. So there's a lot of moving parts, but I'm so used to it now that it comes quickly. I mean, I have my off days, but it's a blessing. I'm spoiled to get to do what I love to do.
That was going to be another question of mine. Is this all you've ever done your whole life?
No,
Have you ever, done something else?
Yeah, no, I've been in the corporate world. I've had 9-to-5s.
They suck, don't they?
I can't stand them. I can't stand them. But if I had to, I'd go back into the corporate. I've owned cellular stores. I've consulted. I used to do commercial collections, but music, I started DJing at 13, so it's not going anywhere. But, in the event something had to, if I had to do something else, I definitely have the opportunity to. But, this is where my heart's at.
It's evident, man.
Thank you.
Wedding DJ, open forum DJ. Is the club gig Is that something that we strive for? You know, to have that permanent, you're the house DJ, or no?
Well, the beauty of it is now that music's evolved so much, you know, as a kid, you're like, oh, I can't wait to, you know, that was a big thing. You wanted to be in the club. You wanted to be in the number one club. You wanted to be in the, you know, in the club with the 3,000 to 5,000 people.
Right.
Which is great. It's a great feeling, you know. But I want to do a lot more traveling. You know, I want to do this. I don't care. Vegas, San Diego, put me overseas. I can care less where I'm at. But it doesn't matter to me. It's led to voiceover opportunities. It's opened a lot of doors. The one thing about being in music, and music and food, you meet a lot of people. You know, so the Rolodex is one thing I have, and it's grown a lot, and it's opened up doors. So I've done weddings on New Year's. I've done corporate gigs, you know, throughout the country. But I love taking it wherever. Honestly, I love clubs, but now being in Florida, I love doing outdoor events. You know, I don't care if it's on the back of someone's porch. I've been on yachts. I've never been on a yacht before until I came down here. You know, so wherever it takes me, I genuinely enjoy my craft, and I just want to share it. So I'll take it anywhere it'll take me, whether it's a wedding, a private gig, 5 or 50,000. I'm ready to go.
So speaking of, you know, taking it wherever you want to go, and forgive my obsession with, you know, whatever the fuck's going on with my eyes. Let's
like
get
goth talk from SNL with you back there.
What?
Looks like the old goth talk skit from SNL back there. The one when Chris Kattan was there. It was live from Tampa, Florida, and they had Bela Lugosi's
right?
Dead playing in the background.
Pablo, before we you know get overrun and we get too deep into this, you know, you are that big that you have somebody take care of your calendar. So where can we find you on social media? Where can we book you? How do we get in contact? Who do we call? Tell us the process. I don't want to get lost and not put that out there.
No, I appreciate that. For my socials, my Instagram is at DJ Don Pablo. I think that's right. At DJ Don Pablo on Instagram. Then there's djdonpablo.com. And if you're interested in booking me or for inquiries, you want to reach out to Blaze at the Marker Agency. And that's BLAISE. Blaze is my agent. He handles my calendar and everything on that end. So Blaze would be your contact person. But I'm very accessible.
Solid dude, and he'll take care of getting whatever you need. I know we do a lot. We have fun. We go out. We raise money. We raise awareness, and thank you for that. I'm hoping you can educate me. And I was talking to Ed about this earlier. I listen to 80s hair metal. I played in an 80s band, whatever. That's what I like. I mean, I'm driving down the road listening to Pretty Boy Floyd, and anybody other than Ed probably has no clue who the fuck they are. But they do an amazing version of Motley Crue's Toast of the Town. I actually like it better than Motley's version. But
wow.
Yeah, I know. Dude, it is what it is, right? You got to help me understand EDM music, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't get it.
EDM, electronic dance music, is essentially it's also a hybrid. It's evolved quite a bit. Back in the day, you had soulful house and house music, which disco, funk, music constantly evolves. House, EDM, there's so many different subgenres. For example, dubstep, it's very screechy. And forgive me if I explain these things wrong. It takes a drop in tempo. But there's so many different genres of house. There's tech house, which is it's softer and more rhythmic, and it's about 120 beats a minute. Then you have progressive and electro. Electro is more of your top 40-ish, but not necessarily. I would be better off showing you as opposed to trying to explain.
Now,
you know?
I drive by and I see them setting up these big tents with nothing but strobe lights, and they serve nothing but bottled water. And I'm not saying that that's because of the amount of drugs people are going to take, but it is what it is.
Not every EDM event is like that, but
I'm just being an asshole.
It's common around the world. It's one of the biggest genres, and if I were to go, that would probably take me over there. Would be spinning EDM.
All right, so let's talk about this, okay? I don't know anything about your stuff. You play music, I like. Thank you for that. So you got these people that do these big festivals. You got these people that do these EDM festivals, and I have some solid friends that are like into this. My publicist going to EDM festivals, was going to Switzerland to see some shit. What's that about? Spider, Spider's going down to Miami to festivals, and okay, cool. I'm trying to see the Last Kiss show. You're looking at me like I'm nuts. I get it. So I'm watching these videos trying to learn because I like music and I want to figure it out. You want to be a DJ. You want people to know Don Pablo, right?
Sure. Absolutely.
Why the fuck is this guy wearing a pumpkin? Why is this other guy wearing a marshmallow? Or whatever they're doing, why are they hiding themselves?
Well, I couldn't tell you, but whatever the hell they're doing, it seems to be working.
Isn't there like some dude that dresses up like a rabbit or some shit?
That's Dead Mouse.
Yeah, Dead Mouse. Yeah, he's an EDM guy. I believe he's from the States. He does a lot of production, but he also spins. So you have a lot of these EDM artists. For example, David Guetta. He's a DJ.
I know that name, don't I, Ed?
Sure.
Didn't you read that name to me earlier tonight?
No, it was somebody else.
Ah, fuck.
But a lot of these guys are popular because of their production, and their production really it books them gigs as well. So for them, it has a great ROI. So once they start charting, I have a friend, Nikki 11, and she was originally a DJ, and she started producing, and now Nick has records, charting in England, charting here.
Explain that producing thing. What does that mean? What is she technically doing?
She goes into the studio and she'll either do production on her own, she'll create a beat, or she'll work with another producer and she might lay the vocals. And she'll say, hey, look, here's what I'm looking for. I want something around this tempo. Could be 125, 130 beats a minute. And then what she's looking for as far as a certain sound. And then from there, she might have lyrics already written out. So she'll compose the music, and then a producer will lay it down, but then she'll be hands-on with the production as well. So it's a collective effort. Some people are for me, I executive produce. I haven't done so much of hands-on production, but I'm getting there. So that's the beauty of music, is that there's a lot of avenues for you.
So I got another question here, and again, don't get it. I don't think, and Ed, help me on this. I remember when we started playing in the band, we're playing covers because nobody wants to hear music that they don't really know. So right. We're out playing, cover music and doing whatever we can. And all of a sudden we're like, all right, we're going to slide in one of our own songs. And now we slide in two until you get to the point where you're like, fuck it, we only play originals. Mm-hmm. All right. And then you lose gigs and you lose money until you pick it back up. So I'm surfing, and again, just learning because, it's music at the end of the day. And I'm on, one of the social streams. I don't know which one because I'm old. And see David Lee Roth jump in front of hundreds of thousands of people. And it's just a DJ playing the fucking song and David Lee Roth walking out on stage. And the DJ is getting over for playing on a turntable Jump that was recorded in 1984 by David Lee Roth, and he's just standing on stage doing nothing. Explain that to me.
Well, chances are the venue is probably trying to save money. So as opposed to paying the entire 5-piece and bringing them to wherever you are, have the DJ play it and just pay David Lee Roth an appearance fee. So that's what I'm guessing. That makes the most sense because.
But I think it was the DJ's gig, not David Lee Roth's.
Well, he might happen to have been there and they worked it out. Because if a celebrity's at my gig and they're not opposed, I'll play his record and hey, guess who's here? It adds a little more luster to the event.
Pimp his ass out is what you're doing.
What's that?
You're pimping his ass out is what you're doing.
I mean, he's there. Chances are, if he's there, he's getting paid. I'm not saying that's always the case, but if he's there and he's willing to come across, meet me in the DJ booth, I might as well, get involved myself.
Hell, fuck yeah. What's your most memorable gig you've ever played?
Ooh, that's tough, man, because I've had so many. Maxie Priest, I worked with him when I first came to Florida. That was a great time.
He's awesome.
He's amazing. His son's more talented, has probably more talent than him as far as singing, which is hard to believe. I've worked with Rob Bass a couple times.
I know that name.
Yeah, It Takes Two.
Baby.
Yeah, I've worked with him. I've worked with Everclear a few times, Sugar Ray, Toadies, American Hi-Fi. I had a great time.
Hey, Sugar Ray, please tell me again, I don't know what social media it's on. Please tell me you've seen the guy who calls him Sugar Gay.
No, I didn't.
Oh my God, it's so damn funny. My daughter plays it for me. She played it for me, and dude, it is hysterical. You got to look it up. It's got to be on YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, that's where this airs. Comes out every week. Voodoo Chef Podcast on the brand new Voodoo Chef YouTube channel. So make sure you share it. Make sure you tell all your friends. Get them to subscribe. You got to check out the Sugar Gay whatever. He's hammered and he goes off. It's absolutely hysterical.
That's hilarious. I'd love to see it because after the concert, I was part of the show. Usually you get to hobnob with these guys.
Right.
And I went to get on his tour bus and I got kicked off before I even get to get on the tour bus. Like, I'm like, really? Like, yo, he's an asshole. But it is what it is. They had a long day. I don't know. My dog's going nuts. But I don't know. There's so many artists that I enjoyed working with, and it's tough for me to single out just one particular one.
Best location you ever? What's your favorite location? I know you said you like outside, but like if you had to pick one gig, the location, what was that?
Oof.
And it's okay if you don't say hanging out with the Voodoo Chef and the magnitude of alcohol that we supplied you. That's okay.
Oh, yeah, I mean, hanging out with you, my liver is officially pickled. So
I'm retiring my liver, man.
Oh man, but I don't know. Water's always a great time in Tampa, but I love Shepherd's too, and they're different vibes. Because at Shepherd's sometimes I spin house music outside, but inside they let me spin whatever. Inside's more open format. So I get, because I'm eclectic, I get to, experience both sides of that. But those are my two favorites would be Shepherd's and Water.
I came to see you at Water one time, and I was kind of taken aback. It was raining out, so there wasn't a lot of people.
Sure.
But I pull up, and there's this bulldog dressed up like a pirate on a fucking like little mini pirate ship, and I look at my wife and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But it was like the coolest thing.
Yeah, I was doing another charity, and Corey, who's with Pied Piper Productions, every year she's a bulldog fanatic. She has one. There's a bulldog charity. It's to raise money for the breed, and then it's right around Gasparilla time, so there's dogs dressed up.
The third largest parade in the nation, just so everybody knows, because I don't want people, what the fuck's Gasparilla? Third largest parade in the nation. You got all these different people, but it all started with a group of people called the Mystic Crew who dress up like pirates, and they siege the city and take over the city, and then parade down Bayshore Boulevard, and pretty much all the pomp and circumstance of a Mardi Gras, Tampa style. So we party in that parade quite a bit. But they emulate that with the Bulldogs, right?
Yeah, and that's what it is. So the Bulldogs are all dressed up. everyone's having fun, and vendors come in, they auction off items, and they're all just generating money for that particular cause. Me, I'm a dog fanatic, so you know, I donate my time and I spin for it, and you know, it's held every year there.
You know, this year, make sure you let us know. We will definitely donate a voodoo basket for the cause, man.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
You just have to remember, because this doesn't work that well.
Well, I got somebody for that. I don't have to do the thinking anymore.
Yeah, you're lucky, man.
So when are we going to see you at like Hard Rock, man? Because before they closed up, they had a couple of big like DJ or EDM acts there. I remember we were in contact about it, and my wife called and tried to get some tickets for it, and Slide was like, dude, I don't even know who these people are, but it's jam-packed. There ain't no freebies.
Well,
I ended up getting them, by the way.
Which is unbelievable.
Yeah, I had no clue who they were. They're like, you're coming to this? And I'm like, no. Publicist wants to come. And they're like, all right.
Yeah, it was I think it was Cheat Codes.
That's it.
Yeah, they were there. Yeah, Cheat Codes was there. Well, luckily, I have some, you know, relationships over there. I don't know if I'll be there anytime soon, even though it's been brought up. However, from what I understand, based upon some of the locations I work, I don't know if they would want me there. I don't know if it's a conflict of interest. It's not on my end. I'm willing to work anywhere. You know, but if it makes someone feel uncomfortable that I work somewhere else, I don't know why. But, you know, if I spin in another house venue, I don't know if this particular house venue, you know, because that's what they usually do. They play house music. I have extensions over there. If I need tickets, I got them.
That's
but
awesome.
hopefully I'll be able to spin there one day. I've done radio there with Ian Beckles. But someday I will, I'm sure.
Don't get me started on Ian. He's been ducking a spelling bee with me for like 3 years now.
Dude, this is the best. He was talking about how good he was at a spelling bee and all this and that. And I said, well, my boy Ed challenged you. And, you know, Ian's like, bring it.
Yeah, that's Ian all day.
And I said, Ian, be careful, because my man Ed says he'll even take you on hammered. And he'll still kick your ass. And Ian's like, oh, who does this guy think he is? I said, my boy finished in the top 10 in the National Spelling Bee. And Ian's like, oh, no, I don't know if I could do all that. So, Ian, here's the challenge again. Ed, throw it out live. You do it. I don't want to be the middleman. Take it on.
Dude, let's do it somewhere for charity. I ain't looking to make a buck.
Let's do it right here.
We'll do it on Zoom, man. I'd love it.
All for it.
I'll drink 3 of these at 10.8%. I'll get myself lubed up good and proper.
Well, I'm going to relay the message.
I'll drink 3 of these if Ed loses or if he wins.
Well, I'll throw a little fire for sure.
Dude, just keep stoking that flame. Pretty soon, Ian's not going to have a choice but to do it, man. That's too funny, man. We'll follow National Spelling Bee rules, which, of course, Ed will have to tell us what they are.
I don't even know. That stuff's it's changed because there's like, when it comes on every year, I don't know what they're doing with it this year, but we'll watch it sometimes on ESPN. And there's way more kids than when I was in it. Like, there was about 120 the year I did it in 1981. And it was over with in a couple days. I mean, you get past the first couple rounds, and then the words ramp up in difficulty really fast. So people just start, it's like watching somebody peeling a carrot, man, just get rid of them. So it was down to like 40 at the end of the day. And then within 2 hours of the second day, that was it. I mean, I missed my word, and I was glad by that time because it's like,
sarcophagus?
What's that?
Sarcophagus?
No, I missed synecdoche.
Oh, yeah, I can't even say that word, man.
I didn't know what the hell it was. I just laughed when they said it. It's like, okay, this is over. I took it like a champ. And, by the time I got back to the green room and had something to drink and a cookie, it was over. Like, it was less than 20 minutes. It was done. And the girl who won is now the executive director of it. She's lived that her whole life. I thought, holy shit, I thought I was a loser. Who the fuck would want to get up and be involved with a spelling bee 365 days a year?
The same person that would go to K through 12 then go to college to study to be a teacher, and then go be an intern, and then go be a teacher, and never do anything else in their fucking entire life except lived in the system of the school district. And that's why some of those teachers suck, because they have no understanding of the real world. Not that I have a thought on that issue at all.
Kind of like you never watched 90 Day Fiance?
Yeah, I've never seen 90 Day Fiance, but Pablo, how do you feel about David finally meeting Lana?
Wait, what? I lost me on that.
I don't watch the show either, but apparently, from what I hear, David finally met Lana on 90 Day Fiance. How does that make you feel?
I need a lifeline because I've never even watched it my damn self.
Me either, man. I don't know what it's all about, but if you want to see the biggest fucking train wreck ever, get hooked in, man. It's the, is it Bravo? I don't know what network it's on.
It's on TLC, baby, channel 639 on Frontier.
It's the TLC version of the lion fucking Joe Exotic shit. It's a shit show showing us why our mundane lives aren't really that shitty after all.
Oh no, we're winners compared to those folks.
Fuck yeah, man. No, I'm kidding. I feel for David, and I'm glad he paid that chick to come meet him.
I had to ask this before we get going further. Another one of the acts that played at Hard Rock, I had never heard of them, and then all of a sudden there was a band I liked that I found out had covered one of their songs. That's got to be the first time I've heard of a band, a real rock band covering an EDM song and like making it their own. I was blown away. It was Above and Beyond, and one of their songs called Counting Down the Days was covered by a Swedish group called Magna Carta Cartel, which is some ex-members of Ghost, which we know Ghost. And I was like, it didn't sound like their other stuff. It did, but it didn't. And so you go looking on the internet where everything's found, and they said it's a cover of an Above and Beyond song. I was like blown away. So that got me interested. That's like my hook. So now I have to go deeper into this to find out what else is out there.
Yeah, I play a lot of covers, and you'd be surprised. I have, I think I have a Toto cover by, not Green Day. Damn it. I got to dig. But I play covers often just because these bands come from different places, you know. So this is the stuff that they probably sang before they charted and before they got hot. You know, so I have Seal covering Fly Like an Eagle. I mean, his rendition.
Yeah, I remember that one.
There's different renditions of it that are out there. So I like to play different versions. But I think it's a beautiful thing when they cover someone else's stuff. I'm all for it.
I like covers, and I like the mashups. I don't know how old you are. I ain't gonna put it out there, but
29.
He already dated himself when he said he grew up when fucking Sugar Hill Gang was popular.
And playing 45.
That was before my time.
They were his mom's records.
I remember those from a skating rink in Fort Pierce, Florida, man, and everybody went out there, and I was praying I didn't fall on my ass because you didn't want to try to impress a middle school chick if you fell on your ass during Rapper's Delight.
Well, and then I'll tell you what, though, there's so much out there now that there's movies out there that you could watch where it goes into it, but if it wasn't for disco and funk and rock, there wouldn't be hip hop, you know, because that's when the transition took. When hip hop first became hip hop, it had that funk disco feel because disco was on the way out, you know, and then from there it evolved. You had more of a slower boom bap harder version, but it was mostly disco-y and party, you know, kind of like party beats. You know, we're talking about 100, 110, 120 beats a minute. You know, it was more upbeat stuff back then. So hip hop's it's evolved, you know, because of that era.
One of the coolest things I ever heard that was a mashup. The very first one I ever heard, I remember it clearly. I downloaded it by accident back when Napster came out, and I was just going after everything I possibly could because there was a lot of 80s stuff that you couldn't find anywhere. It was just out of print. And I ended up downloading this thing that by accident, and it was a mashup of Rapture by Blondie and Riders on the Storm by The Doors. And I thought it was just the coolest damn thing. It's like, who thought to blend those? Because I would have never thought those two things like 60s hippie rock and late 70s new wave would go together. I mean, that shit was like garlic and strawberries, man. It had no business together, but it worked.
I have that one. I play it live. Just
Rapture
because,
writers. It's unbelievable, man.
it throws people for a loop, and I have a few like that, and then I do mashups like that too on the fly, just for people to what was that? People
What's
walk
your
up to
favorite
you,
song to play, Pablo?
Oh man, it depends on the occasion, but oof, I don't know, man. That's too big of a window for me. I can't single out one.
What sticks in your mind most recently?
Um,
Dude, you get into whatever you're doing.
Yeah,
And
no,
you see these guys with headphones, but every time you come play, you're like, dude, I need fucking monitors blaring at me because you want to feel it too.
Yeah, no, I feel it.
So what sticks in your mind? Damn, I fucking killed it. That was fucking fun. That was awesome. Recently, what gave you that feeling?
Oh man, most recently, see, I haven't spun in a few months because of all the crap we got going on.
Hey, do you have a virtual tip jar out there? Do you have anything like that?
I do.
Shout it out, man.
Sure. Yeah, I have Cash App. You can find me on there.
What's your Cash App? Don Pablo?
Yeah, it's $ DJ Don Pablo.
$ DJ Don Pablo. And you know what we want you to do? Throw his ass some fucking $signs. Throw him some tips, man. He's out of work like everybody else. But if you got a couple extra bucks, man, hit up my man. He's a fucking badass.
Thanks, Chef. That's tough. I mean, at Water, it's I love doing like a little Latin music over there too, because that's what gets the ladies going. So there's a few records there I love spinning. God, it's so tough. It's recently I made a mashup for Sade and Nas. I brought them together.
Wow.
Big up to my boy DJ Pez who helped me master it, but it's something I do. I mastered it in his studio with his help, but it's something I do live.
Dude, that's badass.
Because I created it. And the first time I played it, someone just looked up and was like, "Did I hear that?" They're like, "That was smooth. Where can I get it?" I'm like, "Oh, what? I just made it up right now." They're like, "Really?"
So Paul, when you create a mashup like that, and you said you mashed up Sade, who I know, and Nas, who I know. Look at that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you. Was it Nas? Is there somebody? I think it was Nas. I don't know. We were out in L.A. and God, I hope nobody watches this podcast. I hope everybody watches the podcast, but I hope nobody watches this podcast. We're in L.A. and we're at Universal Studios, and we're going down this escalator, and my kid goes, "You gonna let me go to the House of Blues tonight over at wherever it is? I'm downtown Disney." I go, "Fuck no." Dude, man, Nas is playing. And I knew, what that meant to the kid at the time. And I'm like, and he was over 18. I'm like, dude, curfew's 11. I may or may not check your door at that time, but if you're not in your fucking room tomorrow, bro, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Good for you, man.
And well, just so you know, I did call his parents. I did get them to verbally commit on the phone before I let him go. But memorable shit, right?
Absolutely.
So my question is, when you mash up Sade and you mash up Nas and you say, "I did that, that's my shit," and you say you mastered it, do you now have to go to Sade and Nas and get the rights? And then
Well, that's where it gets a little hairy. I'm not selling it, so I made it, and there are services out there where I can collect royalties. Now, I do have my publishing, which
Right.
I have my publishing. There's groups called ASCAP and BMI.
Yeah, I have that.
You being an independent artist, well, DJs can sign up too, and I signed up for the production end. So when I do stuff like that, I view it as a layer of protection. But now, if it's ever played on the radio, that's when it might get a little hairy. I don't know how it would work.
So it's like a cover band going out and playing covers. Since you're not really selling it, it's okay.
Right, but see, there's services out there. There's subscription services that I could submit my mashup to, and then
they do the work.
$5 a pop. I might get $1 each time.
Yeah, but they do the legwork because Sade's getting some and Nas is getting some and they're getting some, right?
Well, I think it's protected because they pay for ASCAP and BMI. I think they pay the publishing companies. I assume that's how we're covered in that aspect. I guess I'll find out, though. I know when I play live on Facebook, they shut me down on Facebook.
Yeah, and that's why we're not playing today.
Yeah, because we get copyright infringement, and then you'll get one warning, and then then
I got blown out too. I got blown out too because we used to put Voodoo Child at the beginning of the podcast by Jimi Hendrix.
Mm-hmm.
Shut down. Hey, I want to read you one thing, and then we're going to bring in, I don't know if you knew this, we're bringing in Chef Extraordinaire Tim Kielick to go head-to-head in trivia with you.
Oh, okay.
So I just want to read you this. I was kind of like searching for it when we were talking. I posted on Facebook, holy shit, David met Lana. Not that I watched that show. And then I put hashtag payoff. And of course, we're talking about a show called 90 Day Fiancé. I want to introduce you to my friend Ed Carmack, who his are the only comments you need to read. He writes, bullshit. I don't buy it. She going to send his dumbass back to Vegas all broken-hearted. Ironic, a dude from Las Vegas had to travel that far to get ripped off. Could have gone over to the Bellagio.
That's a great write-up.
You know what's funny? It's right off his head. It's not like he sits around and goes, all right, let me create a fucking catchy post. Ed sits here all stoic and reserved, but get his ass going. Holy shit. You got to be able to speak Carmack to know what's going on.
Yeah,
all right.
What's the beautiful thing?
Pablo, before we bring in Tim, because, we're going to start chatting with Tim, throw us out one more time your social media. Where do we find you?
Sure. DJDonPablo.com. Twitter, it's at DJ Don Pablo. And same as Instagram, at DJ Don Pablo.
And that'll tell you how young he is because he didn't even bring up Facebook. But, hey, make sure you jump over to those things at DJ Don Pablo on Twitter and Facebook.
Wait, no, I made a mistake. Yeah, it's at DJ Don Pablo. I'm sorry.
At DJ Don Pablo. And then, even more importantly, what's that?
I'm sorry. For Facebook, it's at DJ Don Pablo 1200. 1200.
All right, but, more importantly than all that bullshit right now, Pablo doesn't have the club, social distancing going on. We don't know when that's coming back. Jump on his Cash App, throw him some tips, hit him up, give him some share, and let's get rocking and rolling. Tim's blowing up my text. Take care of my man, Don Pablo. Here comes Chef Extraordinaire, Tim Kielick, executive chef of East Lake Woodlands Country Club.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
Hey.
what's going on, guys? It looks like you're living the voodoo lifestyle. There it is, tip it back. What are we drinking tonight, fellas?
Jim Beam and White Claws for me.
No guess what we're drinking. The official drink of Voodoo Chef here.
You could have given me 3 again.
I will tell you, I have a bottle of Jim in my freezer too. When I'm too lazy to walk out to Voodoo Studios, you just pop in the freezer and hit that Jim.
Yeah. It's good shit.
Hey, DJ Don Pablo.
Hey, how you doing, brother?
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm surviving this buffoonery. How you doing out there?
I'm fantastic. I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried.
You look worried.
So Chef Tim Kielick, executive chef, East Lake Woodlands Country Club, big wig with, the culinary group out there, Club Core. Chef, tell us what's going on. If I wanted to buy Chef Tim Kielick food, I couldn't come to the country club, right? I got to be a member.
That's correct. Well, always correct. Yeah. So we're members only club. So you got to be a member to get the food. But the good news is we buy a lot of Voodoo Chef products and we use them in our cooking at the country club, and we pimp that on our menus too. I mean, we come out to the burger bashes and the showdowns and anything we can get to get our name out there and to share the name of the Voodoo Chef products and the Voodoo Foundation. We've been a big supporter for a long time. and we're going to continue to do that. So thanks a lot for all you do.
Dude, we thank you, bro. You know, if you do want to get a hold of the Chef Tim Keelik products, I'm going to get you a little insight here. Just say you're making a delivery, go in the back door, ask for Tim, and go, dude, hook me up. It's that fucking good. Don't really do. They have a guard gate and they have all that shit. You'll get toted out there, and they don't give a fuck that I said anything because they don't know who the fuck I am. But you know, Chef, thanks for using the product. We appreciate that. You locked up on us. You there? There you go. Look at that.
Erik,
tell us what's going on with social distancing and how we're dealing with it at the club. I mean, are you guys back? I know you never closed, but we went down to Skeleton Crew and we were doing some modified stuff. Are you back open in the clubhouse right now?
Down to Skeleton Crew. We're back open at 25% occupancy. We're still following all the social distancing guidelines. We got 25% occupancy with 6 feet distance. All that fun stuff. I got hand sanitizer stations at every entrance. We got anything and everything you can imagine. Whether it's required or recommended, we're doing it, right? All my front of the house staff is wearing masks. We were wearing gloves up until a few days ago, until all of our members told us that made them creeped out a little bit. But I still have glove stations, mask stations. I got hand sanitizer stations. I got anything and everything to keep our people safe. Whatever we can do in this time. We want to serve food. We want to make people happy, but we want to do it in the safest way possible.
You know, when you say you're going above and beyond, you know, you're saying we're doing what's required and others. You know, you're even compromising some of your own integrity to stay with the CDC guidelines and go above and beyond. You've gone away from lemon for your beverages and gone to lemon juice packets just to ensure the safety of your guests. And that's just one of the measures you and I were talking about while I was there, which I commend you for. You know, at the end of the day, we are here to serve the public, and we are, you know, about hospitality, but we got to take care of our guests, and I commend you for going above and beyond and doing that. So, and I, you know, I get to pop in. I just pop in to say hello sometimes because you're so close, and I love watching you train your staff and educate them, man. I commend you. You're a rock star, brother, and thank you for doing that. Thank you for being an amazing representation of our industry.
Yeah, sure, brother. Like you said, anything we can do to eliminate hand contact, one more point of contact, one more point of contamination is the way I see it. So if my servers aren't cutting lemons, we move to the True Lemon packets. Anything that we can do, we give out antimicrobial wipes with every check we hand out. There's nothing on my tables, no table tents, no salt and pepper. We don't do ketchup bottles, nothing that you could possibly touch that somebody else touched. I will handle that. My staff will handle that in the back, and we will do everything we can to keep you safe. So let's play this game already.
Oh, you ready to go?
I think so.
I'm going to tell you, bro, I think you're in trouble. So at the end of every podcast, Tim's a dirt rocker, man. Look, they locked up, but they'll be back.
So I'm all in.
All right, so here's the way it's going to work. I'm going to read Pablo questions about the culinary industry. Ed is going to read Tim questions about DJing. And it's all for grins and giggles here, guys, just for fun. Tim, you got a phone a friend sitting right there, and our man Darren. But we have two rules, two real simple rules. No cheating, and you must have a cocktail.
Yeah,
Cheating.
I think we've accomplished the cocktails.
yes, we did.
All right, so I'll go first, Eddie, see if that's all right. We're going to throw a nice little softball lob here to Pablo. Pablo, what is an escargot?
Snails.
Snails. Pablo's got one.
All right.
Nice.
Too easy.
Okay,
Nailed it.
here we go. Who is credited with hosting the first live DJ dance party?
What?
The first live DJ dance party.
He also was the first to use multiple turntables continuously to play music.
Belle Biv DeVoe.
Straight faced, he said it too.
You gave a guess at that one.
Pablo, do you know who that is?
I don't actually. If I had to take a guess,
You don't know who Belle Biv DeVoe is? You fucking up.
is it Graham? It's not Grandmaster Flash. It should be Theodore.
No, it was a guy back in 1953 named Jimmy Seville.
Oh well, shit.
This is what
Three, man, that's some obscure shit.
this is what happens when you get the spelling bee champion here to
yeah,
create the questions.
Dude, this is like
No,
the
that's
first thing that
good.
came up when I
That's good.
Googled
Keep
DJ.
giving Pablo the softballs there.
All right, he won't know this one here. He won't know this one. Who's credited with the kitchen brigade system still used in kitchens today?
Wolfgang Puck.
Timmy C. Timmy K.
Who?
Auguste Escoffier.
Scuffier.
Damn.
Scuffier. He also invented the diamond needlepoint tip that you're using today on your
Really?
tape. No, I don't know anything about DJ. I wouldn't know that. He was like, "Oh shit,
Yeah, it sounds sophisticated.
fancy." He is also credited with mixing mayonnaise and ketchup and calling it fancy sauce.
Ah, yum yum.
Yum yum sauce.
Timmy, are you back with us? Timmy's locked up. Look at that picture.
Oh. Yeah, he'll come back. See, I thought my Wi-Fi was gonna be an issue.
He's like the 80s. He'll come back.
There you go. Always do. Shit, I might win by default.
I might win by default. I hear them doing something. Uh-oh. He's
Yeah,
back.
Welcome
Oh,
back.
thank goodness.
Yeah, dude, you're like the 80s. You're like the 80s. You'll be back.
We love the 80s.
All right, Eddie C., you're up. Question number 2.
Okay. What DJ was stupid enough to have dated Taylor Swift?
I think you added the stupid enough part.
I did.
Yeah,
Well,
Joe.
I made this question, damn it.
Hey, I mean, no offense by this response.
You're gone. You're gone.
He's got some 56K modem up there.
The phone fell off the coupler. You're back. Was your answer Don Pablo?
That's right.
Don Pablo.
Yeah, right.
I knew that was your answer.
Oh, come on, handsome. You did it.
Was it you?
I wish it was. Unfortunately, it's not.
Who was it, Eddie C? Wait, Pablo, do you know?
Fuck if I know. No clue.
The answer,
DJ Fuck if I know.
DJ fucking find it.
Write that down. That's my new DJ name.
Related to Helafino. Hell yeah. Nope, it was a DJ named Calvin Harris.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah, Tim, you remember?
I remember.
Yo,
Wow.
I tell you what, I wish he'd loaned me $1 million. Calvin Harris that dude is paid. I wish I could say that he got paid.
Apparently he's not that amazing. He's not with Taylor Swift anymore.
Hell, used to be.
All right, Pablo, what
Yes.
does the term mise en place mean?
Is that an STD or something?
Mise
You
en
never
place.
drive by that place now and think about that.
Exactly.
Is
It's not a restaurant in downtown Tampa.
Well, it is, but
Correct.
I'm stumped. Can I get word of origin?
I don't know what that means, so I'm going to say no. French. French.
Yeah, no clue.
Timmy C.
to put things in place.
That's what it means?
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's the term?
Mise en place.
Really? All right. Well,
Commonly known as Mies.
Yeah, so incorporate that into your setup. You know when you're like telling everybody to get the fuck out of your way and you're repositioning that monitor and lining up your records and all that shit? Same thing we do with our food and our equipment. All right, Big Ed, you're up, man.
Okay.
Did Darren tap out?
No, he's up.
All right. We ready? What drum machine made by Roland became popular with hip hop DJs in the 80s and was also part of an album title by Kanye West?
If I would at all listen to my brother-in-law when he talks about this shit, I would know because he has one.
It's a BT-1000.
Wasn't that one of the robots in fucking Star Wars? Jesus Christmas.
It's the 808.
That's correct. Yep. 808.
Tim, you said that with such confidence. I was like, oh, shit.
I wouldn't play him in poker. His face is like, I'm like, damn, he's serious.
Oh, yeah.
That's that Dunedin bullshit look.
Hi.
You know, I would tell Tim this, but then my wife would make jokes. Your baby is just gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're a fucking year late, Pablo. Come on, get your shit together.
I'm going to guess that was the wrong answer then?
I'm kidding. Wrong answer. It was 808.
It was 808.
Pablo.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, I got to switch the computers here. What is the country of origin, smartass, for the Caesar salad? In what country was the Caesar salad invented?
Would that be Greece?
Hey, dude! No. Tim?
Good guess. Mexico.
Mexico.
Ah.
It's actually named after Caesar Cardini, who invented the salad. It has nothing to do with anything else.
Okay.
Dude, you were close.
I
All
was
I know
closer
is
to
that
1,000, 808, 1,000. Come on.
Yeah, he would BT 1000 and 808. Dude, it's just a game, fucker. Eddie C, you're up.
Okay.
Why did this all of a sudden just turn into us hanging out drinking? But that's okay.
That's how any good podcast should go.
Well, we do.
Point of order, I believe it was in the rules.
It is in the rules.
It
All
is.
right.
No cheating. You must have a cocktail.
That checks out.
I already drank. Okay. What DJ holds the record for most Grammys won by an EDM artist?
Wait. This is in my notes. Say Marshmallow. It's the only thing I know.
Oh, shit.
I don't know if it's right. Tim locked up.
Yeah.
Marshmallow. Oh, wait. No. Dead Rabbit or Eat a Mouse or something. Did you hear the question, Tim?
No, I'm going to go stand next to the router.
That's not going to work. But it's okay.
See what happens.
I looked up on my computer screen like I actually have the question written there, and I was going to read it to you, but I have no clue what the question was. Something about the Grammys and routers not working. Eddie C, what's the answer while he's not here? Is it Marshmallow?
Skrillex.
I don't even know what the fuck you said. No clue what you said.
There he is. Welcome back, Chef.
There I am.
All right, so the question was, I don't know. Ed?
What DJ holds the record for most Grammys won by an EDM artist?
It's not Marshmallow or Dead Rabbit.
It's not.
Nope.
Is it
This guy
spelled
he used to be in a rock band.
Oh, is it the guy from Nickelback?
Oh, wait. I hate Nickelback, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Isn't that the cool thing to say? I fucking hate
Cool to
Nickelback.
hate Nickelback. Yeah.
Who is it? I don't know.
Skrillex with 8 Grammys.
Who?
Skrillex.
Grillex? Like SCRI? I thought you were saying Grillex, like, you know, trying to make some chef comments here. And I was like, there's no DJ named Grillex.
Oh, shit.
Busted here, man.
Nah,
Skrillex is not it.
Now, when you look at him, he kind of has like a, not making light of a situation, but he has a Columbine feel to him.
Oh, yeah. Hey, great.
You'll see it. You'll be like, oh, yeah, I got it.
Yeah, you want to walk the other way.
All right, Don Pablo, here's a softball for you, buddy. You ready?
All for that, man.
What are the 3 parts of a sandwich? Well, you got the bologna.
The top of the bun, the bottom, and the meat.
I say give it to him.
You say give it to him? That's only one. He said the top and the bottom. It's the same thing. That's one part.
All right.
So he's got one part.
The
You
meat,
got bologna in there.
you know, any type. I don't know how to word this because not everyone eats meat. I don't want to offend non-meat eaters.
Hey, wait. You know what? That's a great point. Let's just get it out of the way. Fuck vegetarians. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. Need to be said.
Woo! Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I don't know, man. I really, it's unfortunate. I would think I would have this answer. Especially
Timmy C. Timmy K.
The bread, the spread, the filling.
The bread, the spread, and the filling.
bread, spread, and filling. Ah, okay.
Yeah, don't overcomplicate things, man.
You got the bread, you got the filling.
Yeah,
bread
the
in
mayonnaise,
there.
the bread.
Rule of thumb with us culinary guys, don't overcomplicate things. We're not that smart. Well, Tim is. Eddie C., you're up, man.
Okay. What song by Major Lazer and DJ Snake was once the most streamed song in history?
Smells like Teen Spirit.
Do it again.
What song by Major Lazer and DJ Snake was once the most streamed song in history?
Streamed song in history.
Yes, it held this record at one point.
Laser. Jesus.
Is that a real question? Like, that's a real question.
Yep.
Okay. And it's not what I'm about to do in my front yard.
You mean take a dump? That's how you all roll out in Pinellas County.
Puke? What are you doing your front lawn? Oh, we lost him.
Tim, I think you need to stand on the router.
Oh, he's coming back
It's like the 80s, man. He always comes back.
every time.
And that's okay. All right, while we're waiting on Tim to come back, Pablo, I sent you a lot of music. Is he back?
Oh, wait. There he is.
There he is.
Here I am.
Dude, you changed locations like it's a wardrobe change. I love it.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what sucks? Trying to find Wi-Fi in a house with 2 sleeping babies.
True statement. You know,
Really difficult. I could do this from my dining room, no problem. But it doesn't work in the backyard, doesn't work in the front yard. I'm doing my best. So thank you for sticking with me.
we love that you're here.
I'm going to say lean on.
That's it.
That's exactly what it was.
That's exactly right.
Dude, rock on. We're actually tied right now.
Hell
That's
yeah.
a great day. All right, Pablo.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. We went through 5 questions.
Yeah.
We're tied after 5 questions. That was all 5 questions.
Now look at us, 20%ers.
All right, so we got to have a tiebreaker.
All right.
You know, when we did this last week, we gave the host the option to either answer the question or pass the question, and then it's winner take all. So, do you want to answer, or do you want to pass?
Who are you talking? You talking
You,
to me?
Pablo. I'm sorry.
Who are you talking to, buddy?
I'm thinking we're sitting in the same room, and I'm looking right at him on my computer, but he doesn't fucking know that. You, Pablo.
I'm gonna pass because I'm not feeling. I'm gonna pass.
All right, Timmy C. Timmy K. Why do I fucking keep saying Timmy C? Wait.
Well, you know, my 4-year-old has the same problem with the sounds that the C and the K make.
I know why, but it's okay.
That's exactly why.
It's OC. All right, Tim.
Yes.
What's the best sauce and seasoning available today for your money?
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Do Do I have to choose?
I want the winning answer, my man. The winning answer.
Voodoo Black.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Nice.
You know, guys, we appreciate your support. We get in here, we jest, we joke, we have fun, and I love that. But, you know, Tim, thank you so much for all the support. We sit here and we joke and talk, but, you know, you're using Voodoo Black at East Lake Woodlands Country Club. You're putting it out. You do all kinds of different shit. My personal favorite, the blackened shrimp with the Southern gold sauce, absolutely phenomenal. But not only that, you come out, you do the Our Hopes, you help us feed students in need, you help us feed those socioeconomically challenged students, and you give not only your love, your time, but also your dollars, and that's amazing. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us today, brother.
Hey, my pleasure. Much love to DJ Don Pablo, man.
Thank you.
I have no idea about your realm, man, but much love to you, brother, and everything you do for our crew, man. We love you.
And you know, Pablo, official DJ, always out at the events, always spinning, stealing the show. You know, I don't know how our musicians feel about you. Let's ask Darren, because, you know, Pablo, he's out there just killing it. Darren, you Ragged Old Souls, man, you guys fucking kill it. But Pablo gets on there spinning, and the girls hit the dance floor. What's up with that?
I know, man. We gotta step up the danceable beats. I agree with you all day.
Hey, brother, how you living? You're not at work, right?
No, not working.
What are they anticipating for you?
Well, like I got my employer got PPP, so like I have some financial relief. But I'm not.
Well, let's be real. That's like this, right?
Yeah. I don't know when I'm going to be actually able to go back to work, though.
So hey, tell us.
His PPP looks like Milo when he gets out of the shower.
Yeah.
Oh,
Darren, you got Erik, you got Cash App? You got any of that stuff? Venmo? Where can we find you? Give us some virtual tip jar. How can people out there help you out during this time? Those people who aren't without, who aren't hurting. How can they help out friends of the family here and send you some virtual tips, if you will?
I'll decline, but thank you very much for that.
Hey, you know what? Power to you, my man.
That's a true rock star.
That's a rock star right there.
Donate your funds to people that are truly in need. You know
Exactly.
Well, wait. That's a true punk star right there, man.
I've got some relief. I know people out there that don't. So I'm not the right channel. I know you have the right channels to put that through. So please put that where it should go. Or you know.
Hey, this one's to you, D.
That's
Respect.
very noble.
This one's to you. All right, hey guys, thank you so much. We're gonna kick out right here. You guys are rock stars. Thanks for always supporting the Voodoo. Peace out, man.
See ya.
And there you have it, Voodies. Another episode of the Voodoo Chef Podcast. Let's give a big shout out to everyone involved with Voodoo Chef and all things voodoo, starting with Woostoff Knives, the official knife of the Voodoo Chef. And jamming up and down the streets of all Ybor City and Tampa Bay, Ragged Old Souls. Thanks for letting me jam with you guys. And when those amps are cranking, the turntables are definitely spinning thanks to the official DJ of the Voodoo Chef, DJ Don Pablo. Check him out spinning all across town, most importantly, at all Voodoo Chef events. Speaking of events, getting ready for yours? Check out Voodoo Chef Catering, custom created events for every shape and size. Log on to voodoochefcatering.com to get your information today. A great big shout out to all my Voodies that are in the Voodoo crew. Thank you for your support. And of course, we could not do what we do in the crew without all of our crew sponsors. First Watch, Chef Shane Shibley, thank you for believing in our mission. And of course, we can't forget Voodoo Mortgage, For all your mortgage needs, check them out at VoodooMortgage.com. Alessi Bakery, a Tampa staple. Drop in and check them out today. And our newest sponsor, Twisted South Food Truck. Chef Adam Jessup, thank you for what you do. And of course, all things voodoo are in support of the Voodoo Chef Foundation, providing culinary scholarship and feeding those in need. To find out more information or make a donation yourself, log on to VoodooChefFoundation.com today.